The game has changed. The world's best have taken over Australia to usher in a new era. We welcome you to X Games Sydney, and the action starts right now. What's up, everybody? Welcome to X Games Sydney. It's the Women's Skateboard Street Final. I'm Brandon Graham alongside some Aussie skate royalty, Corbin Harris and Andrew Brophy. Guys, thanks for letting us tag along here and break in the new X Games Sydney.
Hey, we are just so glad to have X Games here in Sydney. We've been wanting this for 20 years, and look at the setup they've got here. Brophy, have you seen anything like this before in your life?
It's a phenomenal street course, and it's a pleasure to have it here in Oz.
Yeah, it is good. A lot of different things here, especially the 45-degree angles, Brandon. You don't normally see that in these courses, but they've switched it up, and I've spoken to a lot of the athletes, and they love it.
Well, we have 10 of the best female skaters on the planet here for X Games Sydney, headlined by some two superstars, including that young lady right there, Leticia Bufoni, who's won this event 3 times before, Corbin.
Yes, she has. She is the Brazilian who is kind of unstoppable, but it's a big field out there as well. I feel like she is just going to go for it. She really goes for it every time. She even said to me she was going to try and hit that blue rail, and she's never hit it before.
She'll be pushed, though, by her rival, also owner of 3 street gold medals, Alexis Sablone.
Alexis is one of these skateboarders. She is either going to take this whole thing out, Brandon, or she might come last. That's how it is out there. She wants to go for gold pretty much every time.
But she has looked really good on this course. Watching her the last couple of days on practice, this feels like one that's been made for her style of skateboarding.
Yeah, I've been watching that, and it's watching her line, and it looks unbelievable.
There are 5 skaters in this field that own gold medals in this event. This thing is cutthroat, but it's also, as you said, Corbin, wide open.
Absolutely. It is going to be really interesting. And you know what? We've got a couple of Aussies in there
That's
too.
Right.
And that is going to be interesting. I love to see the Aussies.
I was waiting for one of you guys to
mix.
mention that.
Yeah, we've got Liv and we've got Amy as well. They qualified, but let's do this.
Yeah, without further ado, dropping in first, there we see Candy Jacobs, 28 years old, making her 8th X Games appearance. Still in search, though, of that first X Games medal.
Little backside ollie there, Brophy. Oh, kickflip, rock to fakie. Backside lip slide on that bar. Little 50-50 stall. Trying to set up again. Oh, just holding on to that feeble.
Oh my, so far so good from Candy. It's always had a little trouble, especially early on in her runs, but so far right now, Andrew, looking really comfortable.
Coming up to the big row with a Smith grind. Nicely done.
Popping over, just getting a little, oh, blunt, rocking it back down. Oh.
Big spin on the way out.
Not too bad. I mean, that's what you kind of want to do. You just want to get one in the bag. Over the years, you've skated in these, as we watch the replay, Brophy. I mean, you kind of just want to get that confidence booster, right?
Yeah, you just want to start off your first run, stay on your board and feel it out, make sure you're feeling comfortable. With this nice big Smith grind right here, she's looking great on the course.
That has got to be a confidence booster, Brando.
Yeah, our lone Dutch skater in the field. It's always tough, by the way, a 71.33. She's no stranger to this contest, but it's always tough to be the first one to drop in on a final. So a look at our comp format for the night. 10 skaters out here. Each of the ladies will get 3 45-second runs. The best score counts. Now, in some other contests and some other qualifiers, it's only 2 attempts, so you got to go for broke. I think this format will be very favorable for a lot of the ladies out here, knowing they get that 1 additional attempt.
Absolutely. The first day of practice, I've been here for obviously 4 or 5 days and watching the practice go down. They were very cool, calm, and collected. By the second day, things heated up, and yesterday it was all go as we go in right now to Hayley Wilson, 16 years age, and she is the Australian champion here.
Oh no.
A bit of a horrible start there, unfortunately for her, but Brando, as you said.
How do you guys, in something like that, when stuff like that happens right out the gate, how do you block it out and move forward in this jam format and just be able to put together tricks? It feels like it's got to stay with you.
You just have to shake it off and enjoy yourself while you're out there, straight away.
It is really difficult, though. You can tell those nerves are getting through her. They're getting into her legs, and she's even on that little feeble stall right there. You can tell, but hopefully she can shake this off.
Yeah,
Nice
cleaning things up, right? And it's hard to believe, fellas, Hayley's just 16 years old. This is her third X Games appearance.
Yeah, we saw her in Minneapolis a couple of years ago, and she came in. And I remember her coming up to me and she goes, "Corbin, I am so scared. I can't believe this. I can't believe this. I'm in the mix. Leticia, Alexis, all of my heroes, Lacey, and you know, it's she hasn't had that much practice in it."
But she's also an ambassador for X Games Sydney. I know that she was a big part of the launch announcement earlier this year, along with Kyle Baldock and Jacko Strong and yourself.
Yes.
So there's a lot of expectation. So can she push that pressure away and just come out here and perform?
Yeah, I think she can just shake it off and get into it, for sure.
So we roll on with the Aussies. Amy Massey making her X Games debut out of Gold Coast.
Yes, she was one of the wild card entries here at Sydenham Skate Park, a brand new skateboarding facility in Sydney. It's unbelievable. She was just over the moon to make it in the mix. She goes, "I can't believe it."
She's putting together a good run right here. The backside one over here, full cap. She's looking good.
And the importance of a 3-run format, as we said, being able to just get under your feet and land a solid one, especially in your X Games debut, knowing you get 2 more cracks at it.
Absolutely. Just stepping off there didn't seem to bother her. She seems like she's got the confidence, but she is a little older too, 26. It's maybe just getting to Hayley a little more, but this was a solid run to start things off.
Amy skates in a lot of park events here in Australia, and in addition to street, a very well-rounded skateboarder.
Stepping off the backside disaster there.
Smile on the face, though, still. She knows she gets 2 more attempts out here.
Shrugged her shoulders on that one. She's into it. There is a lofty fronto 180. Little fakey rock trying to smash it in there to Smith stall.
So her score coming in at a 46, and Candy Jacobs 71.33, still setting the pace. We're obviously early here in the contest, and wouldn't you believe it, another skater, oh, excuse me, I'm getting ahead of myself here. I thought Liv Lovelace was about to drop in, but it's Nanika coming in.
At 16 years old, she is. She's been skating this street course over the last couple of days.
Nice.
Unbelievably ropey. How was that shifty kickflip to fakie?
Back-to-back kickflips, 50-50 down the harbour. Frontside cap, she's looking nice over the hip.
We saw her make her X Games debut earlier this summer at X Games Minneapolis and actually finished in 6th place.
Going for the big section here, frontside board slide. I don't know how she held onto that. Her back knee basically dropped and hit the concrete there.
Yep.
How did she even stay to that, Brophy?
Just commitment, mate.
Commitment, is that it?
That's it.
That's the Aussie way, huh? I like it.
Just 16 years old, and that'll be the buzzer.
Wow. Now, I've watched her in that big section, and after time, still going for it. Maybe she just wanted a little more practice.
Yeah, Nanika, like, the big stuff doesn't scare her, especially to be her size. She's just 5'3", and again, we saw her at X Games Minneapolis, but still relatively new to this stage, and come on.
Did you see that back knee drop all the way to the board?
She skates a lot bigger than her actual size.
As Brophy said, that was all commitment there.
She wanted it.
So Nanaka's score coming in at a 56.33. That puts her into 2nd place. There we see Alexis Sablone out of Brooklyn, New York. And guys, it feels like we've been watching her at X Games forever. And as you said, sometimes it's not about the gold medals. It's about her pushing herself. And right out the gate there, you see having a little bit of trouble. What went wrong there, Andrew?
Just the kickflip didn't spin right, but she tried to put it down and got a bit of wheel bite. But Alexis is 32. She's been around in the game for a long time. She'll dust it off and jump right back on the front board down the little handrail.
Now, this was the line that she had problems with before, because after the front board, she couldn't get around properly to line up the ollie. Seemed to have no problems with it that time.
Yeah. Heading for the big section.
Oh.
Another stick out on the kickflip. Looks like she's going back for round 2 on it though, maybe.
Can she get one more rep in, or is she going to call it? Looks like she's going to call it. She knows, again, she's a vet. She knows she gets 2 more attempts here.
She has 2 more.
So we take another look at Alexis's first run.
Kind of shifting out on that and landing a little bit to the side, so I couldn't roll away on it straight.
But Alexis really has won everything there is to win in skateboarding. She, of course, was the 2017 Trans World Reader's Choice Award winner. We'll see if she cleans things up on attempt number 2. We're just getting started here in the Women's Skateboard Street Final at the inaugural X Games Sydney. Welcome back to X Games Sydney. We're in the midst of run number 1 here in the Women's Skateboard Street Final. There's not an empty seat in the house around this street course, and the ladies already putting on quite a show. Let's head down to the third member of our team, Mitch Tomlinson, who's with a very special guest.
Yes, thank you guys, that's right. I'm with Poppy Starr. Now, Poppy, an Olympic hopeful, a local here in Australia, even though you're from 2 hours north. Now, first up, the crowd here, the atmosphere is second to none, and what an event for female skateboarding.
It's amazing. It's so cool having all these girls come out to Australia and skate, even if it's street, but I just love them all so much, and having them on home turf is amazing, and they're all skating amazing too, so yeah.
And look, you've been in the game for, you're still young, but you've been in the game for quite some time now. And what about the future of Australian skateboarding? It seems to be going from strength to strength, and now having the X Games right here in Sydney.
Yeah, it's incredible. I mean, constantly traveling over to America and hanging out with the all Americans, but just, yeah, having everyone here and seeing everyone progressing and skating so well is just awesome. Yeah.
Thank you, Poppy. And this lady is an Olympic hopeful for our country, but now back to the action in front of us on the street course.
Yeah, thanks, Mitch. Poppy, one of the best park skaters in the world. She's a great ambassador, not just for skateboarding, but for this country.
Yeah. I recently just took on the mentoring job for the Australian Institute of Sport with Poppy, and she's definitely someone really fun to work with. She's got a good heart. She's a great person, and I've noticed that she's been 8 years old, so I can't wait to see what happens.
So we move on. Another Aussie skater in the mix, Liv Lovelace.
Yes, she doing it for Vulcan Clothing, and she is young, and she is one of these hopefuls. She was actually kind of been mentored by Shane Azar, an Australian legend, street skateboarding legend.
Absolute
and you can tell, look at this.
She's looking comfortable out there on the board tonight.
And it looks, her skating is so effortless, guys.
Look at the line that she's put together here. She was so nervous being here, but she's in the mix.
You were part of the mix for the local qualifying event earlier this week that she won.
Yes, I was. The Skateboarding 2020 Commission, the Australian Institute of Sport, came together with X Games to put it on, and it allowed these Australians to make it to this field. And you know, as Poppy said, it's just great to have something here on home soil and gets experience for these athletes.
It's got to be eating Poppy though that we don't have parking
Well,
here, huh?
you could tell she slipped that in. It was a little shot there.
Next year, possibly, Poppy.
We'll be back.
I don't know who we have to talk to. I think we got the room for it.
We do.
So Jacob's still with that lead with the 71.33, but a lot to like about Liv's first run.
She put together a great run right there.
Yeah, absolutely.
No
a 67.33. So that puts her up into second place.
Wow. That has got to be a huge confidence booster, right, bro?
Yeah, totally. With 2 runs left, I'm sure she's feeling really good about herself right now.
No stranger to X Games podiums, Pamela Rosa. She has won this event twice before, just 19 years old. Fellas, she's making her 10th X Games appearance.
And you know what? I'm going to give her points already because I love the all white.
You're big. The white on white has always been
I like one
a Corbin
color.
Harris staple. That's true.
I love it. So, no, but watching her in practice was really something else. Like, she's attacking all of the big rails, all of the big hubbers, and that counts.
And what's amazing, too, is every time we put on an event, it's a different course. So you don't know what it's going to cater to a skater's skills. What I love about Pamela Rosa's style, it's as consistent as anyone in this field. It doesn't matter what you put in her way. She's going to figure out a way to put together a podium run.
You know what I like also? That she started with the biggest obstacle on the course, straight into a huge feeble. Look at this run.
The judges have to take notice of that.
Yeah. She hit both the biggest rails and the backside big spin over the hip. Out to the gap rail with a
Are you kidding me? This run is how you want to start.
She's looking comfortable out there.
Yeah,
Could go the fakie.
It's like a walk in the park for Pamela right now.
4 seconds on the clock. Backside disaster. And she is going to take that one.
Yes, she
I
will.
mean, what more could you ask for, guys?
I don't know what else she's got in those bag of tricks, but I can't wait to see the next 2 runs.
So let's take another look. Brophy, a lot to like about this run, man.
It was flawless. She didn't fall off. She made everything. Fantastic.
I wish we could give more analysis, but I mean, that's really what just boiled down to.
Yeah, she skated the whole park. She used it all.
She's got 5 X Games medals trying to add. She earned a bronze at X Games Norway back in May.
She looked comfortable out there.
I can't believe she's only 19 years old and she's had 9 X Games appearances.
I know. And we have a new leader, fellas, an 80 on the dot for Pamela Rosa.
Wow. That is going to be tough, but we still have a lot of good skaters to come.
Yeah, there's no doubt about that. That young lady right there, Leticia Bufoni, owner of 9 X Games medals. She has won this event 3 times, making her 17th X Games appearance.
She is focused like a samurai. Let me tell you, I've been training with her and a couple of the guys at a performance gym in Santa Monica, and she is there every single day, on point.
Is she your trainer?
Yeah, she probably could. No, we've got
sure
someone else.
Could.
But let me tell you, Brandon, she is so focused.
Straight to the big section with a nice frontside lip slide.
No problem at all for the Plan B Pro.
Big frontside air over the hip.
Perfectly executed 360 flip there, Andrew.
Yeah, she skates fast and she'll attack the whole park.
Yeah, her style is so much separated from the rest of the field with the pace that she rides this.
She skates fast and she knows what she's doing on her board for sure.
The confidence is definitely there. Frontside tail, taking it to fakie.
It should be noted, fellas, she has won this event 3 times. She won in Norway, but prior to that, it was 5 years before her previous gold medal. So it was a minute before she got back on top in Norway.
Andrew, what do you think about that compared to Pamela's run?
Leticia's was really solid right there. She did it all perfect. Start out on the big, end on the bump to the other rail. It was good.
Lee Bolton with that fisheye view from underneath the rail with that frontside lip slide. There's that frontside tail slide, taking it to fakie on the bolts.
Just so much board control from Leticia.
Oh, it got a little stuck on the end there. You can see it in her face.
Yep.
But how did she push through that?
Twinkle toes.
Look at that score, gentlemen, an 87.66, and Leticia takes a commanding lead.
Absolutely. I thought it was going to be a little closer, but obviously not. She is right out in front.
Oh my goodness, she just put this entire field on notice. Well, there you see Aori Nishimura, 17 years old, out of Tokyo. It's her 4th X Games appearance. And now, fellas, she's finally healthy and ready to compete.
She is one to look out for, let me tell you.
西村織16歳、出身は東京です。
Aori Nishimura made her X Games debut last year in Austin. An 87.6, Nishimura overtaking Salone into the top spot.
自分にとって去年の X ゲームズ優勝はスケートボードを始めた頃からの夢だったのでとても嬉しかったです。去年の X ゲームズ優勝からは怪我からの復帰のため健康管理やトレーニングをしてきました。去年の暮れに膝の ACL の断裂をしてしまい手術を受けました。早くスケートボードをできるように今はカリフォルニアでリハビリをしています。怪我をして一番辛かったことはみんながスケートボードをしている中自分だけがスケートをできなかったことです。スケートボードの目標としては限界を超えられるように常に進歩していけるようになりたいです。
Such an impressive young lady, just 17 years old, won gold in 2017, got a silver medal earlier this summer at X Games Minneapolis. And Corbin, she says she wasn't even 100%, obviously, with that knee injury, which is psycho.
Yeah, that's unbelievable that she accomplished that with that injury. But the technical ability of this girl is something like I've never seen before. I remember I had to interview her for the first time when she got through, and
how was your Japanese?
My Japanese isn't so good. Luckily we had Miles who looks after her, and he came in and had a little chat. But she is an unbelievable skateboarder.
Nice crooked ride down the big rail. Coming back from an ACL injury, it's no easy feat to get yourself jumping down a set of stairs again.
You've had a few injuries in your time, Brophy, too. Yep. Have you had an ACL?
Never had an ACL, but I've had 2 knee surgeries, so I quite understand her pain in that.
Do you guys think she feels the added pressure to come out and compete on this stage and get gold medals knowing that the Olympics are right around the corner in her home city?
Definitely. I think she would feel the pressure a little bit. But as long as she doesn't put too much on herself and still enjoys it, I think she'll be fine.
There she goes, started out well with that big crooked grind down the big set right there.
Yeah, a lot to like about this thing earlier, and then the wheels just sort of fall off, but of course she gets 2 more attempts in this final.
Yeah, she just locked up on that feeble grind.
How long did it take you to come back from your knee injuries?
Both mine were 9 months.
Right,
Took me 9 months.
Yeah.
And an ACL is about 12 months until you feel good. So She's doing really good out there right
So
now.
a 36 for Aori, that's a throwaway for her. 8th place is where that puts her. And then rounding out our group of 10 with so many big names putting on such strong runs, how could we forget about our defending gold medalist from X Games Minneapolis, Moriah Duran.
Yeah, she is something else. Putting lines together, and you know why she won that? Look at that slappy wall ride over it.
I like it. It's a nice start. Frontside 360 over the hip.
But you see the style, you see her tackle the biggest features on any course. She hits handrails like nothing.
Nice kick from frontside broadside up the Euro guard.
That is a big trick right there.
She's feeling comfortable out there tonight.
She's got a pro model
Nice
from Yao
flip.
Skateboards.
Mariah is on fire right now.
She's really going to have to bring it to get up there near Leticia, and she is right now. Frontside feeble.
Perfect frontside feeble down the big rail. She is bringing the heat. She wants that first place.
Just attacking everything on this course.
That was a fantastic run right there.
So now we saw what Leticia and Pamela were able to do. There's no doubt about it. This is going to put her in podium position. Just how high do you guys see a run like this getting her?
I think she's going to go high. That kick from front board was done really good. Front feeble down the big rail. She started off with the wall ride out of the hubba. She skated it well.
It's a tough one. I'm thinking maybe second position, but who knows?
Leticia just put up such a huge first run score of an 87.66, setting the pace. But as Brophy said, just so much to like out of this run. An 89! Moriah Duran back in familiar territory. Woo! As she takes over first place.
On the top spot.
Hi, Mom. I love you.
Our defending gold medalist picking up where she left off. Moriah Duran in first place here in the Women's Skateboard Street Final. Welcome back to the inaugural X Games Sydney. We're in the midst of our Women's Skateboard Street Final Day 1. Very heavy on the skateboard and BMX schedule. I would hate for the dirt bikes to be feeling left out. For a preview on all things motor, here's Jacko Strong and Levi Sherwood.
Hi, I'm Jackson Strong.
And I'm Levi Sherwood.
Welcome to X Games Sydney.
Can he get this triple tail whip? Yes! That's another double flip! Oh
So smooth.
God!
Whoa, what? Hey, yo,
He stays on the board!
Unfortunately, Levi and I will not be competing this weekend. We've both broken our legs, but we are here to enjoy a massive 3 days of X Games and really excited. We've got BMX, moto and skate. What's your favourite event this weekend, do you think?
For me, I'm really looking forward to Moto X doubles. It's the first time that we'll ever see that out there in competition. The first time it's given the guys a chance to kind of like translate.
Work together rather than against each other.
Exactly, and kind of bring that show lifestyle that we have into the competition and really kind of choreograph that.
Here, right out of the gate, a double backflip, no-hander.
Nice, that was huge.
Did the hands come off? Oh.
That'll be great, and I know the boys have been holding back some big tricks in between Minneapolis and now we're here in Sydney, so I'm looking forward to that. And
exciting stuff. I think for me, I love seeing Mega.
Varial 540 for Trey Wood. That was the first time he's done that.
He's going over the backflip. He's transferring over to get speed. He's going to try to break the height record right now. Massive one-handed tabletop, and he pulls his foot, but how high was it?
Just the magnitude of that ramp and bikes going down that doing flips, it's kind of like fast forwards into freestyle motocross best trick. It's a few years in front of us, so I always enjoy looking at that and seeing the future of what we're going to be doing, I think.
Yeah, you're bang on. That's pretty much where we look for our tricks most of the time, is we chase those BMX guys, sometimes even the skates. So
yeah,
the whole event's going to be great. I'm going to be right on the edge of my seat. Looking forward to it.
But I think the number one for us is definitely moto. That's where we cut our teeth. That's who we are, and we won't be missing a second of that. So sit tight and enjoy, guys.
Amazing preview of what's to come here at Spotless Stadium. Just gutted that both those guys aren't going to be able to compete, especially Jacko, man, because I don't know if there was another athlete that was more excited about X Games Sydney than Jackson Strong.
He was so pumped up about it. His face is everywhere across Australia with subway signs at the moment and everything. And also, as Levi said, watching the doubles moto for the first time ever here in Sydney would have been something really special.
So a look at our standings, 1 run into our 3-run final, and it's Moriah Duran, our defending gold medalist, standing on top. But just like that, we begin run number 2. Candy Jacobs, she's right now on the outside looking in, sitting in 4th place, trying to knock out that 71.33.
Brandon traveling with a dad here at the moment who I hung out with yesterday on the bus back to the hotel. Such lovely people. She travels the world. It's one of her favorite things to do, and she's definitely ripping at the moment too, trying to clean up this second run.
Just loses her board there. As we noted, she's no stranger to this stage, but it's always tough to be the first one to drop into the contest, and that's what she did.
Just missing a kickflip backside 50-50 across the front box there.
And bro, as you said at the beginning, you know, when the run doesn't start your way, you just block it out and you move forward. At this point for Candy now, she's already had a couple of falls. At what point do you just sail it off and just say, you know what, I gotta move on to the next one?
It definitely plays on your mind a little bit, but you just have to dust it off, otherwise you're gonna stop. And unfortunately, she just fell off her little feeble grind from side 180 there.
I feel like also with that, it's you've got the course to yourself.
Right.
So there's a point also where these women are like, you know what, let's just keep this ball rolling, see how many tricks that we can get in, and just go and have some fun out there too. They are just really stoked to be here in the mix.
She's in 4th place now. She finished in 4th place at X Games Norway. That's her best finish to date, but that is where she will stay. As we move on, Hayley Wilson sitting in 7th place, looked really solid on her first attempt, has some things to clean up here. Can she replace that 53.66 and move up?
Australian national champion.
Starting off well.
Missed that before, Brophy, but she's maybe got these legs back now.
Yeah, she's looking a little bit more confident out there. Started off with a nice frontside 5-0 across the fun box, dropping in, frontside lip, and the bump to bar. She's definitely feeling a bit better out there right now.
Yeah, I think she's dusted the cobwebs away, and now she's in the mix.
Now, guys, she's from Mansfield, right, which is a mountain town, but the skate culture is really strong there. There's a recently new park, I believe, built in that city.
Yeah, there is definitely. But she also spent a lot of time with one of the best filmers in Australia, Chris Middlebrook. He did all the, he contributed to a lot of the Alien Workshop movies and everything. And she skates with Shane O'Neill as well.
She's got some great mentors and people.
Yeah.
If I was going to skate with anyone in street, I would definitely stay close to Shane.
She just rounded it out with a nice backside big spin over the hip. She finished that line off well.
That was a really solid one. That's what she wanted. Now she can mix it up going into that third run.
Yeah.
8th place in her X Games debut in Minnesota back in 2017. 10th place this past summer. Trying to crack that podium.
There she was. She just said, happy birthday, Midzi. That's her coach, mentor, and filmer.
Nice big 50-50 down the harbour here. Just hanging on to it. Surfing it out right there. She's definitely enjoying herself a bit more on the course, though, with that run.
Can't wait to see the score come through on this one.
3 runs here in the final. We count the single best score. Right now, Rosa holding on to bronze medal position with that 80. Judges clearly taking their time with this one.
Jeff Jewett just saying, hold your horses just for a second. We are still waiting for this score to come through. Judges deliberating. What's going on back there?
Hayley's shrugging. We don't even know, Hayley. A 71.66, putting her all the way into 4th place.
She finished it up strong.
Now that is a good confidence booster for her and a good position to be in. Hopefully to knock on the door into those top 3.
That's all you can ask for, right? Especially early in your X Games career. Just climb that ladder with each run, knowing you get 3 attempts. Here's Amy Massey.
Another Australian hopeful with a nice backside decker to Feeble.
Going for that kickflip up that little Euro gap there, but landing primo, not quite getting it. Backside disaster on the 3-foot quarter pipe. Pumping over that hip there, trying to get some speed. What is she going for here? There's that frontside 180, sorry, we saw before. Backside 180. Keeping her speed all the way through it.
Just missing her.
I don't think it's going to match her first run, but yeah, we'll see.
So Amy Massey trying to knock out that 46 from her first run. She's sitting in 8th place. Trying to clean it up. There are obviously some missteps there, but a lot to like about what she's putting out there, a 42, so she'll hold on to her first run score. 8th place is where she shall stay. So here's Nanika Fujisawa, who just laid waste to this course. I can't believe she only scored a 56.33 because she looked so good on some of the biggest features on this thing.
Definitely. She skated the big thing straight away. Nice little kick flip up the Euro right there. Another shifty flip on the quarter pipe.
Is that 50-50?
Oh, she held on to that fakey frontside 360 over the hip. Running that back round.
Trying to push everyone out of the way on the platform.
Alexis in her way a little bit. It's all love out there.
Brophy, you've been to Japan so many times. The terrain there is just so good. There's so many good street spots.
There is unlimited amounts of street spots. Actually, it's quite rough out there, so.
Yeah, I loved it.
Yeah.
It's, if you can skate out there, it's like if you can skate in England too, which you spend a lot of time.
Yep, definitely. If you can skate in Tokyo, you can skate anywhere.
So that's it for Nanika's run 2. This one for the fans.
Oh, no.
Potentially a preview of what's to come, just throwing herself over that stair set. As we take one more look.
Another nice front board down the big rail.
That
I mean, that's
front
proper.
Foot was right up on the end of the nose on that one.
Yep.
So her score coming in at a 55.33. Well, let's head down to Mitch, who's very busy out there on the course. I think you're hobnobbing with some of the competitors, my friend.
Yes, that's right. I'm with Hayley Wilson now. Hayley, your first run, not exactly what you wanted, but you came out in your second one and you boosted into 4th position. Feeling more confident?
Yeah, I mean, the nerves got to me the first run. I got it out of the way, and then my second run, I landed what I wanted, so I'm really hyped.
Now, on the course now, I think we're going to have Alexis, so I'm going to get you to call this little run. We're going to kick things off with Alexis, so talk to me about her. What do you know about her?
I mean, she's an amazing skater. She brings the best video parts. She skates contests like a boss, and I can't wait to see what she's got. Yeah, we've got Alexis coming in. Oh, just missing the kickflip.
Oh, okay. If a practice runs, you just throw that away?
Yeah, you just keep on going to the next trick.
Okay, you got one more run left. Best of luck.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. I didn't know. I thought you asked about that.
Oh, good.
You know, I could have been good with Hayley just sticking around and calling this thing. We could have went and grabbed a bite to eat.
Yeah, I could have too. But as she said there too, she's much more confident after that second run. I'm excited to see her third run.
Oh, I totally agree.
Alexis having some trouble here, Brophy.
Having a few issues, yeah. And she's such a great skateboarder.
But as you said off the top, you said Alexis Sablone is the type of skater that's going to win it outright or potentially come in last place.
And you know what I like about this, Brendan? I kind of like it down to the third run. We've seen people do it before. I've seen it 10 years ago with Bucky Lasek, and he waits, and then he beats PLG, Invert. You know, it's these moments that make X Games history. And if she makes that kickflip, it is going to be huge.
Well, she is in 10th place right now, but that is so big. That feature is no joke, guys.
She could put together a winning run. I have no doubt.
Absolutely. Yeah. She's done it before. She's got the pedigree. She's got the resume. We fully anticipate her saving her absolute best for last. So we move on with the contest. Our top-ranked qualifier from the local event done just earlier this week, Australia's own Liv Lovelace.
Started skating at 8 years old, started competing at 10.
And now
it shows in her first run, right, Brophy?
Oh, yeah, she was so comfortable out there at just 16 years of age.
And the crowd getting a little louder for her. Obviously, we've got a few Aussies in this field, but she is from Sydney.
You know what these Aussies are like, Brandon. They love their own. They're out there. They're cheering.
So final 30 seconds for Liv, making her X Games debut. But again, this young lady earned her way into this event just 3 days ago.
Yeah, she was seriously overwhelmed, and she couldn't thank everyone enough when she held that golden ticket for X Games Sydney.
Just missing the backside flip up the step up.
You know, you mentioned she started skating at 8 years old, and we go, oh, wow, she started early. She's 14. You know what I mean? Like, it's amazing to me that in 6 years, she went from getting her first skateboard to competing on the world's biggest stage.
There is that frontside board slide. Andrew, what age did you start skating?
I started skating when I was 11.
I started at 14, which was kind of late.
Yeah, yep.
But
I wish I'd started skateboarding at 8.
I was going to say the same thing. I said, I wish I had those extra years in, you know?
It'd be so much better.
Maybe I could have lengthened my career just a little more.
Yeah, maybe you guys wouldn't be up here with me.
No, we love being up here with you, Brandon.
So Pamela Rosa, who really set this course on fire in her first attempt, had the lead, and it lasted all of 45 seconds before Leticia Bufoni took it from her. What can she do to jump back into the mix? Obviously, Duran now in first place.
She's going to bring the heat straight away, straight to the big rail with a wicked frontside lip slide. She's going to hit all the big obstacles in the course. All the big rails.
Did you see that look on her face? She meant business.
Quick grind to fakie.
And
yeah, the camaraderie is real here, but the eye of the tiger is alive and well in Pamela Rosa.
Definitely.
Oh, backside lip slide down the biggest rail in the park.
That was so heavy, Andrew.
Yep, here she comes. Oh. It's always the way when you do a nice big trick, and you always tend to miss the easier one afterwards.
I feel like she kind of maybe didn't know if she was going for a frontside lip slide or a frontside Smith grind there.
Well, she'd smithed it previously, so.
Kind of ollied a bit too far over on it.
Yeah.
And was trying to adjust, but here is the replay. Oh.
Perfect backlip down the big rail.
Absolutely perfectly executed on that. That is a huge trip.
In the Nijas, no less.
She just slipped her back truck out on that Smith grind. Just a little bit too fast and just popped out to lip slide and away from the feet.
I don't mean to play producer here, but I would love to get a camera on her mother. Her mom travels with her to every contest, and she loses her mind every single time Pamela drops it.
Do you think she was pulling her hair out on that one?
Yeah, she gets teary-eyed, she loses it. It's like the best fan face at all of X Games every single year. But we move our attention now to Leticia Bufoni. I don't know what more she could have done, fellas, but now she sits in second place.
Yeah, I actually don't know, but I know she was talking briefly in practice. Oh, there's a back lip, just swinging those punches, firing back at Pamela. She might try and take on that blue rail with the huge drop.
She can put together a great run, and she's definitely not afraid of jumping on the big rail. There's no doubt.
She has so much pop. She has so much flair. She rides this course differently than everyone else, but gets hung up there, guys.
Sticking on that back Smith.
It's been a little problem for everyone, that yellow flat bar. It's a little sticky.
Square bars are always tricky too, without doubt.
Why is it, Andrew, that you get stuck on that? Oh!
Taking a quick grind to the big, we'll call that the Cyclops rail.
I actually think that was the first time that she's ever tried that, and she said in practice, did you see Felipe in the background screaming?
Losing his mind. Look at this right out the gate, guys.
Flawless backlip.
Oh.
Perfect.
That backside lip slide ollie all the way over the rail, going down blind side, holding on to that 360 flip on a tippy toes at the end there. And here at the end is the crooked grind. Look how far you have to get down all the way. That is a huge drop on that one.
It's almost a head-high drop to her, yeah, definitely.
Brophy, that's one of your signature maneuvers.
Oh, occasionally.
That's a way to close out the run. Obviously got a little hung up on that square rail. But my goodness, if she can put it together, clean it up, and end it with that thing.
Yeah, she's onto something there. She's going to bring it.
So Aori Nishimura, she's right now sitting in 9th place. Uncharacteristic first run for her. We know what she's capable of.
Bringing it back from a knee surgery. She's out here on the course.
Doing it for Death Wish Skateboards. Backside 50-50.
Up the Euro gap with a perfect kickflip. She's looking comfortable on her board right now.
Yeah, plenty of time on the clock as well.
Straight
What's she going for here? Oh, a huge crooked grind down the biggest rail. Setting up with a 50-50 stall right there. Feeble. This is a flawless run so far. Can she hold on to it for the last 5 seconds?
What she got for an ender?
Up the Euro.
Frontside nose grind. She got that. Unbelievable.
Another flawless line.
What a run for Aori. After a tough first attempt, she puts it all together.
Could this be the comeback that she wanted after it? Check out the replay here. Frontside lip slide.
Down
Textbook.
And another backside crooked grind down the big rail.
And to end it like that.
Frontside nose grind.
Perfectly
on the same rail that was giving Leticia trouble.
Yeah, she just came through and nose grinded that thing and landed on the bolt. She said, "What's up? I have got this."
So Moriah Duran are currently with an 89, but Aori with the 82, jumping up into podium position, 3rd place.
She's going to be happy with that coming back from that knee injury.
My goodness, I can't wait to see. And she's still got one more attempt on this course, gentlemen. So here's Moriah Duran, our current leader with that 89. We wondered if it would hold up through run number 2. It has. I guess she's got some things to clean up, but my goodness, it looked so good on her first run.
This is getting so exciting right now. I love this point, especially when all of the women are bringing it.
Kick from front board and bump to bar. She can't miss it.
Did you hear the crowd in the background on that one?
Oh, just missing the hard flip reaver. That is a hard trick to do.
So obviously Mariah's our defending gold medalist from X Games Minneapolis, but she understands Alexis Sablone has yet to land her run. If she does that, that completely changes the game. Leticia Bufoni gave us a preview of what's at stake. The same with Aori. She can't take anything for granted here.
Just locking up on the hard flip reaver again.
Trying to come around on that reaver blindside, but having trouble on it.
She feels comfortable. She's still in first place.
Yeah, I feel everyone's pretty confident right now that knowing that they've got one more run to show this crowd here in Sydney what they have.
So that won't best her first run score, but first place is where she stays. This thing is just heating up here at X Games Sydney. Run number 2 officially in the books. The women's skateboard street final. Moriah Duran in first place. Will she stay there? We'll find out when we return. The X Games returns to Buttermilk Mountain with the world's best action sports festival and live musical performances from The Chainsmokers, Lil Wayne, Louis the Child, and Kygo.
He's going! He's done it!
X Games Aspen, January 24th through the 27th. Get your tickets now at xgames.com/tickets. xgames.com/tickets. X Games Aspen. What are you doing? Get over there. Or get over here. X Games Sydney. It's going down right now. We're in the midst of a heater of a women's skateboard street final. Brandon Graham alongside Andrew Brophy and Corbin Harris. And guys, this has got the makings of perhaps the best women's street contest we've ever seen.
Absolutely. Look at her eyes right there. She has got it on the prize. What is it going to take for her, Andrew, to get into that #1 position?
All she has to do is stay on her board for her next run. Leticia's capable of skating every obstacle in that park with ease, and if she just stays on, I think she's got a great chance at pulling it.
It's really neat to see Moriah picking up where she left off. You know, we know how good she is, but sometimes if you win that first gold medal and you hadn't done it before, oh, is it a fluke? Did she just have a good day? Clearly, Moriah Duran's best skateboarding is right now and the future, because you're looking at it right now. No one's skating better than Moriah Duran.
I feel like she's in that mode, and when a skateboarder gets in that mode, you've seen it with Nigel, one of the most decorated athletes in skateboarding history. When they get in that mode, nothing can stop them, and contest after contest, they just bring it.
It's called X Games mode, Corbin.
Is that it?
That's what it is.
Right, okay.
And Moriah is feeling herself for sure out here tonight. Candy Jacobs, it's third and final run time. She's sitting in 6th place.
Taking it straight to the big section. The front side Smith down there. That was easy for her.
50-50 on the 4-foot quarter, straight into a 50-50 down the hubba.
She's looking much more comfortable in this run.
Kickflip, rock to fakie.
Oh, you're right, Andrew. So far, her best run of the night.
Totally. Nice feeble run right there.
Could this be an upset right here?
Oh my goodness, nothing would shock me here tonight.
To the step up with a kickflip.
This is the run we've been waiting for from Candy Jacobs.
What is she going for here? Oh! Going for that kickflip 50-50. She definitely would have been around that bubble section to push into podium contention.
If she puts that down, where are we looking at score-wise?
There's the big Smith grind down the big rail. And maybe she just run out of gas in the tank and just missed the kickflip to backside 50-50 grind.
I know, that would have kind of been signed, sealed, and delivered for me.
Yeah.
I think it definitely would have been top 5.
So she will have to hold on to her run 1 score. She will not move up the leaderboard. 6th place is where she'll stay. So we turn our attention now to Hayley Wilson, who felt like she was really putting it together run 1 to run 2. We're expecting her best out here in the final attempt.
Her second run was really good, and if she can put it all together right here for run 3, she'll be in good standings.
This is Australia's bright star, let me tell you right now, in women's skateboarding street.
Oh, she's kicking it off good. Frontside 5-0, backside big spin with a Smith grind on the quarter pipe.
Definitely calm. Even that rolling, it's a little overpush on that one. Holding on to that lip slide, Andrew.
Oh, she's doing great.
There's a reason why she's this country's national champion 3 years running.
Absolutely.
Oh, no.
Just touching the nose on the step up right there.
I like the urgency, though. Grab the board,
right,
straight back up to it, 50 stall, let's reset
like
again.
She's been doing it for 10 years.
Get it going. She has been doing it for 10 years.
yeah.
She just wants it again, up the Euro, the 360 flip, lands it. That's for the crowd, thanks for coming.
That one's for the crowd, that one's for her, and you see fans getting out of the seats.
Look at the camaraderie up here.
Oh,
Leticia, Ori, everyone always in skateboarding and most of these action sports support each other all the time, and that is one of the best things about action sports.
I don't know if there's a tighter group at the X Games than the women's skateboard street crew. You think about Mimi Noop and just the camaraderie amongst this group. I really think it's second to none.
Landing that tray flip perfect at the end. Just out of time, though.
You can tell by when all of them talk about each other, they are just really excited to be traveling the world and doing it. And couldn't happen to a nicer bunch of ladies.
Couldn't have said it better myself. So we now turn our attention to Amy Massey. She's sitting in 9th place, trying to replace that 46 from her first attempt.
She's keen to get it going too. Can
you imagine what's going through her mind right now? She normally works at the basement skate shop. Now she is here in front of a home crowd, doing it in front of all these people.
Working at basement, coaching the young girls around Sydney.
That frontside lip slide she did on that 4-foot quarter was amazing.
She's starting it off great. Just slipping out on that backside board slide up the Euro.
But again, just like Hayley, you see the pace, the sense of urgency. She's not letting it detract her.
Oh, unfortunately, flicking that kickflip not hard enough, and coming up to time. She still wants something else. What she got? She's last trick on the buzzer. Oh!
Holding on to it.
I think that is the first time that she's landed that. Look at the crowd. They're getting on their feet on that one.
Are you not entertained? Amy Massey right before the buzzer.
She has had a smile from ear to ear since she got that golden ticket on Tuesday at Sydenham Skate Park.
What an experience for her.
Yeah,
Did you hear her? She said, I hadn't even tried that.
Yeah.
She is so stoked.
And there it is, the camaraderie. Our leader right there, hugging it out with Amy Massey. And that's what skateboarding is about. It's about the love. That's why we do it. We travel the world, whether it's competition or not. We're doing it for the love.
Always.
Nanika Fujisawa sitting in 8th place. The stage not too big for her. These features not too big for her. Did she save her best for last?
That kickflip was
She hasn't missed that. She hasn't missed that double kickflip. 3 runs.
Supposedly she's the biggest Star Wars fan ever.
I heard that.
Just locking up on the fakey frontside flip over the hip. I think she might have squashed out one of her ankles on the big section in the last 2 runs.
Yeah, taking a little bit of heat on that, right?
Yeah, a couple slams. Oh, she's going right back to it.
Oh. Running back up, hobbling up there. She wants it. 3 seconds on the clock. This is going to be for the fans, I think, if she wants it. She does.
Do it for the fans.
One more. Oh!
You see the frustration. She wanted it so bad.
You see that kickflip? She landed and hit her tail on the bottom stair on that one too.
And again, guys, I can't reinforce this enough. She's just 16 years old.
Yeah, it is just a training ground, and this is just this is an education process for her. This is an education process, and it's just going to build and build. Imagine by the time she gets to 20.
So here's Alexis Sablone. We said it off the top. No one was skating this course better in practice. Here she goes for her final attempt.
Switching up the run this time as well.
Oh, no.
No. I did say it was either first or last. She puts everything into it. Can she regain some momentum here?
Rarely do you see that in a final where a skater completely shakes it up.
Oh! Huge poppy kickflip.
Down the big 5. Perfect. She started it off with a cracking front board down the rail as well.
There's the hover kickflip, 50-50
Oh, rides away.
Didn't lock into that, but she's going to smile. She will take it no matter what.
That's an extremely hard trick to do.
Especially when you're sliding down on all 4 wheels.
Frontside flip over the hip, heel flip off the Euro. Here it is.
I told you, that was the one.
And guys, this is what I'm struggling with. This one right here for her, this one for the fans.
Brandon.
Oh, we're seeing the replay.
Oh, perfect.
She shakes it up out of the gate, and that gives her issues. But then the rest of the way, it's exactly what we expected out of her.
Now, I'm going to say this, that I think, and you can weigh in on this, Andrew.
Sure.
I really think that it hurt her trying that run that didn't really line up for the last couple of days on the course. If she'd switched that line up, I feel like it would have eased the pressure on her. She was having a mental fight with herself over the last couple of days trying to line that up where she should have changed it.
Trying to get from the back rail over this yellow one right here.
Yeah.
For sure.
Because it all came together for her in that last 20 seconds, and she could have had a flawless run the whole time.
She's got such a solid kickflip game. She has it.
So
Look at that.
much
Perfect.
Just showing the crowd that she's got it. She can do it.
Alexis Sablone earning that bronze medal this summer in Minneapolis, unable to get back on the podium here at X Games Sydney. What might have been, there
She's
were
out there
some
having a great
heavy
time.
tricks regardless, done in that attempt.
Some of the biggest pop in women's skateboarding. I mean,
no question.
The tricks that she does, the flick that she has on that front foot, the catch, it's effortless.
Yeah, dare I say just skateboarding in general. So her score coming in, even with that fall out the gate, a 77. So a very strong score. Moriah Duran, our defending gold medalist, she's still in first place. She's got a final attempt left. Will anyone catch her here at Spotless Stadium in X Games Sydney? Find out right after this. It all comes down to this. The final attempts here in Women's Skateboard Street at the inaugural X Games Sydney. Moriah Duran, our defending gold medalist, is still our current leader. And there you see the names in gold yet to drop in for their third and final attempts. Guys, this has the makings of perhaps the most incredible finish we've ever seen at the Women's Skateboard Street at X Games.
All four of them are going to put on a fantastic show for the end.
Yeah, this is high intensity here at X Games Sydney, and some of the best skateboarding that I've seen. Liv dropping in right now. The last Australian flying the flag high here.
The last hope for an Aussie medal here in Women's Skateboard Street.
Coming up to the step up.
Yes.
Nice kickflip.
Kickflip backside.
Yeah.
Disaster holding on to that no matter what and going for the big section.
Oh, she's putting it together right now.
The Sydney local getting the fans on their feet.
Frontside disaster on that 4-foot quarter pipe.
Where's she looking to go to next?
Backside flip.
Over the hip.
Wow, getting technical in this run. 7 seconds on the clock, another backside flip.
She just has to stay on her board right here.
Over that hip. Wow. Andrew, what do you think about that?
That was a fantastic run.
Do you think she's going to move up? Currently in 8th.
She's definitely going to move up right through that run. She didn't fall off. Everything was great.
There's Poppy Olsen giving her a huge hug there. Kickflip, backside disaster. Nearly locking that front truck in also. Wow, you can see the cheeky little smile on her face like, I can't believe I just held on to that.
What a performance. The Sydney local, and at 14 years old, the youngest competitor in the field tonight to finish that way. My goodness.
That was a ripping last run.
I can't wait to see this score.
She's going to be chuffed.
A 71 for Liv. So unfortunately, it doesn't bump her up in the standings, but it does give her an improved score, and I don't think that's the last we've seen of her on the X Games stage.
Absolutely not. Look at the smile that she's got on now. She's happy to be there. Hometown cheering her on.
So here's Pamela Rosa, who was leading this contest early in run number 1. Guys, right now, she's on the outside looking in. She's in 4th place.
This is where these women need the money moves, need to throw it down right now. Oh!
Just hanging on to the quick grind to Fakie.
How did she hold on to that?
She wasn't willing to let it go.
She knows what it's going to take right now to win this thing.
Yep.
Backside lip slide, smooth as butter.
The margin of error, though, on these final attempts, guys, is razor thin.
Oh, no, she's done it again. Going for that Smith grind and going all the way over rotating into lip slide. Unfortunately, coming off.
Just popping that back wheel over into lip slide, and that's it.
Now, that must ease the pressure from Moriah Duran, definitely, because Pamela was definitely one of those ladies that could have knocked her off that #1 position.
So, gentlemen, we know that the last 3 riders to drop in are guaranteed a medal. There's no disputing that. We just don't know what color, we don't know what material they will be. Leticia Bufoni currently in silver medal position. I don't think she came to Sydney for 2nd place.
Absolutely not. The Brazilian wants that gold medal wrapped around her neck, starting off with a smooth backside lip slide, little frontside ollie there. I can't wait to see what she's going to put together.
Tray flip up the Euro.
It doesn't get any more perfect than that.
Yep.
Setting back up again here, big rail. Is this the crooked grind?
Just coming back for the middle rail. There
it is. Is this the run? This is exciting. Backside disaster. Little setup.
So far, so good.
There it is.
Tailside to Fakie.
Can she stay on and close this thing out, boys?
What has she got for this last one? Is her frontside feeble?
Yeah.
Oh, she's got it. Holding onto it. I saw her try that during practice, and a little worried look there on the face by Moriah. A sigh of relief from Leticia. Look at these two girls hugging it out.
She's got to be stoked on that run.
Ooh.
We saw a little bit of everything from Leticia on her final attempt, Corbin.
Absolutely perfect textbook crooked grind, landing all the way down on that. This was the last trick. I saw her do it a couple of times, but she also struggled holding on to that one. I mean,
how will the judges look at that with?
I feel like she held on to that one. I don't know.
Duran with the 89. That's what you would have to best in 88. So the judges saying, like it, don't love it, ups her score, but 2nd place is where she stays. Moriah Duran cannot quite sigh relief quite yet.
Ooh.
Because Aori Nishimura could potentially do something here and get back into gold medal position.
I am pumped up for this one. I am so excited. What she's got, crooked grind on the big handrail. I feel like she's excited on the pressure right now. Did you see that face?
Can Moriah go back-to-back, or will Aori jump back and reclaim a gold medal?
If anyone could do it, she can. I can't believe. Whew.
You see her breathing.
Yes.
Looking at the big section.
Intense, what she got right now. Oh, frontside nose grind! Running into that rail. Come on, she's got to hustle right now. She needs these 10 seconds to make it count.
The first frontside nose grind down the big rail in the contest. Finished up with feeble.
Wow, wow. Backside lip slide.
And rides away. Guys, she saved her best for last. The question now becomes, if you're a judge, is that better than Moriah's 89 from her first run?
That is a hard call to make.
I mean, she hit the big, look at this,
There's
front
the
side nose grind.
All right, guys, that is
One hand
incredible.
down, that was it. The level of women's skateboarding in this final at X Games Sydney is second to none.
Look at this.
Oh, look at the board come off her feet there. Brophy, how does she hold on to that?
I mean, she did it really well. And just a little hand down at the end, just to get her balance back.
Hey, and just to say, I'm not just a street skater. I can ride transition as well. There's a backside, lip slide. Don't worry about it.
Duran in the lead with the 89, Bufoni in front of her with the 88. Was that enough for Aori to jump up into the podium position? And no!
Whoa!
An 80.33. She doesn't best her score, and with that, Moriah Duran is guaranteed a second consecutive gold medal.
Back to back, unbelievable. Look at the relief. The sigh of relief there.
And Spotless Stadium letting her hear it. She can't believe it. I mean, she was hunted from run number 1, fellas. And to have Leticia, Alexis, Aori skate the way they did, and she still reigns supreme, incredible.
This is a victory lap. She jumped off, it doesn't matter. She's doing it for the fans here in Sydney.
She just gets to enjoy this one. Still enjoying it with kickflip front boards though, why not?
I'd enjoy it as well. She's doing the old victory lap.
She's coming in fast. Just missing the half to breathe out again.
She doesn't even know what to do right now. Look at her. She's going to ride this one out with the last 10 seconds and then ride straight into her second gold medal.
The 21-year-old Albuquerque, New Mexico native is having a moment right now. Moriah with another gold medal. Duran as she makes it 2 in a row. And guys, I don't know if she can be stopped right now. That's how good she's been skating.
Yeah, as I said earlier, Brandon, I said she's in that mindset, and when you see people do that, I mean, I don't know if she can be beaten.
Once you get a taste for it and you know you've got the skill set and now the experience to back it up, my goodness, let's head down to Mitch, who's with Moriah.
Moriah, back-to-back X Games gold medals. Does it feel better the second time?
Yeah, I mean, yeah, but everybody out here killed it. Like, shout out to everybody. Everybody was killing it. Thank you, Australia. You guys are amazing.
Now, it was your first run, and the level of skateboarding out here was second to none. You were hunted by every girl out here, but you held on to it.
I mean, all of these girls are amazing at skateboarding. I never take any of it for granted. And yeah, I'm just gonna keep skating.
Okay, big round of applause for the gold medalist. Women's Street, boys, back to you in the booth. What a day of skateboarding.
Moriah Duran's 6th X Games appearance, her 3rd X Games gold medal, her 2nd consecutive gold medal. But I'd be remiss, guys, if we just didn't talk about the performances from top to bottom of this entire field.
Yeah, it was unbelievable. Those top 4 girls brought the heat. One of the best skateboarding contests I've ever seen.
They definitely turned it on, no doubt.
Yeah, what a remarkable finish. Congratulations again to our podium. Moriah Duran, Leticia Bufoni, and Aori Nishimura. For Corbin Harris, Mitch Tomlinson, and Andrew Brophy, I'm Brandon Graham. Thanks for watching.